Well, acts of earth. What do you mean by that, Nick?
Well, it's like the Carole King song when you hear the earth move under my feet. And whether you're a sand hog, a bridge builder, or a coal miner, if you go below the grade of the earth, you are subject to whatever the earth's going to do.
Great. Welcome back, everyone, and thank you, Nick, for sitting with us today. You've entitled this segment The Acts of Earth, so let's dive right into that. First up, coal mining. Let's start with that. People often think of explosions and disasters.
Well, you have that old devil methane, and it comes from the coal. So it seeps out into the mine, and that's where the idea of the canary came from. Canary is very sensitive to methane. Miners take them down in a little cage, and they keep their eye on them because when the methane gets to a critical level, mixed with oxygen, explosions can occur. Just one spark is all it takes.
So the human and animal toil is probably incalculable since the beginning of the coal mines. But today, let's focus on metal mining, gold, copper, and beyond. So, gold. Agnico Eagle? How do you say that?
Agnico Eagle.
Agnico. Okay, let's hear about that.
Well, Agnico had two spectacular cave-ins, two at LaRonde, and one at Goldex, and it closes them down. Fortunately, there were no fatalities in those. There might have been injuries, but it closes them down, so they lose the production, and they have to have the rehabilitation costs. Goldex never was the same. LaRonde has been very good since.
How about the Texas collapse?
Well, that's the Volcano mine at Schaefer, and we had thought a great junior stock that was going to do well, and the stock never went anywhere. It's as if somebody knew something, and in the end, the entire mine collapsed, and it never produced a thing.
And so let's keep moving here. Kennecott Copper in Utah.
The entire right shoulder of a pit slumped, and it sent, I would say, biblical quantities of rock into the hole. It didn't sweep anybody away, but it cost them a year's production. Yeah. It's always dangerous. We have the, can I talk about the Grasberg collapse, or you want to go to something first?
I'll go to something first, I guess.
Okay.
But, you know. So Vale and BHP Brazil tailings disasters.
Well, a lot of companies end up washing their waste in a tailings pond. And the tailings pond water often contains heavy minerals, heavy metals, poisons. And if they only make mud dikes, heavy rains will break the dikes. In this case, you had Imperial Metal, you had BHP, you had Vale. They all are known for spectacular pond wall breaks. And it may not kill anybody, but it sure kills their profits for about 10 years because they're still settling lawsuits.
I hear you. What about the Chile earthquake cave-in at Codelco?
Well, Codelco was the Chilean national copper mining company, and I think there were 33 miners trapped in there, and it took them a month to get them out. I'm not sure I remember how many fatalities there were, but there were plenty.
According to the research, there were 6. Mm-hmm. No. 1 killed, 6 miners.
Yeah.
So that's really sad when you lose life over these things.
Well, the other thing was it was a seismic event. I don't know if there's any way that Codelco could have predicted that. And as a consequence, I don't think you could shore up against it. It's so massive.
Yeah. Okay, so you mentioned Grasberg. Do you want to talk about that?
Yeah, the Freeport copper gold mine in Grasberg, Indonesia. It's a mine on top of about 3 mountains. It took Herculean engineering facilities to do that. And they're mining the mountains. They're mostly copper. Now they're using a a process called cave-in. They'll mine under an area until they put some explosives in there and they blast it. The area collapses and as a consequence can be worked for minerals. Now, in Grasberg, they tried cave-in, but they hadn't really tested it against the rainy climate in Indonesia. Okay. And the rain soaked the ground so badly that what happened there is it made a slimy wall that seeped into all their tunnels. And it killed 3 people. They're still looking for people. Now, what I noticed is it was September 8th. Grasberg
of 2025.
Yes, it's fresh. Grasberg collapsed and closed off all their tunnels, and the copper companies, moderate-sized copper companies, started jumping because Grasberg produced 1.5 million pounds of copper, 1.7 million ounces of gold, and 6 million ounces of silver. So it had an effect on the markets. People are saying, oh, well, we can fix this. I don't know if they can. It probably won't be fixed till 2027 or 2028, and they're going to lose all that production.
Yeah. Okay.
If they can fix it.
Let's come back to the country we're in, which is Canada. Can you talk about Imperial Metals and Mount Poly?
That's a that's a settling pond break, and they're still paying for it because it went into a river. Settling ponds are usually put on the lowest place on the mining site. Why? Because water flows downhill, and that's okay until the dike breaks, and then they poison a lot of fish. Indigenous people are suing them, and the suits are still going on.
Yeah, I would imagine. So let's take that plane back. Let's go back to Europe. Swedish miner Boliden.
Oh, Boliden, yeah. Boliden had 2 particular mine breaks, one in Sweden, one in Spain, and it happened around 2000. Since then, Boliden may have learned their lesson, and they haven't had, but they were settling pond breaks.
Yeah. That seems to be, other than an underground cave-in, these settling ponds seem to be the bigger problem.
I would suggest that you have 3 types. You have the case at Grasberg, where you had, I would say, environmental conditions break your mining technique. I would say you have the settling ponds, and I would say you have the seismic. Now, Goldex and Laron were due to bad earth conditions, whatever that means, but apparently there was not a seismic in it. So you have hard rock, you have settling pond, and you have environmental.
Okay, so I hear you're tracking something new right now. Can you talk to me about the Aris mining rumors?
Yeah, there was a rumor about Aris, which is in, I think, Colombia, and the name of the mine is Segovia, and they had a mining collapse. We still have not got the details, but we got the rumor, and it affected the stock right away.
Yeah. So what's the big takeaway that you can glean from all of this?
Well, it's like the used car business I worked in. My manager said, we can't continue to pay for the errors that go off the lot. And my answer to that is, you can't let the errors go off the pot. You have to fix them before they go off the lot. Yeah. So now, if you're going to mine with as litigious as everybody is, you need to avoid accidents as much as possible.
It seems to me that the whole mining industry is loaded with concerns, financial implications, and yet we need those precious minerals. So mining, is it really about profit and production? How do you want to finish this?
Well, if it can't be grown, it has to be mined, okay? Now, we have a lot of legacy issues hanging over the mining companies like Damocles' sword, suspended by a spider web. And when something goes wrong, something goes wrong.
Yeah. I like what you had said to me. You can move the mountains, but sometimes the mountains move back. And that is so true from what I'm hearing from you, right?
Well, you go in and do things, and you can expect pushback. Some days you eat the bear, some days the bear eats you.
There you go. There you go. Well, thank you for taking some time today to sit with me and to shed some light on this, because we often hear about the mining disasters, but we don't really fully understand what happens. We often hear about the lives that are taken, but we don't know about the rest of it. So thank you for doing that. And what are you going to say?
In all fairness to the extractive industry, like I said, if it can't be grown, it has to be mined. Well, they have a lot of legacy issues closing in on them, but they're doing the very best they can because they know they're going to get whacked in court.
Okay, so this is Doll here with Denali Guide Nick, and if you like this kind of a video, please subscribe, share with your friends, do all of the YouTube things, follow him on the blog Denali Guide Summit, and we'll see you next week.
What are the 4 letters I'm going to use? DYODD.
Do your own due diligence. There you go, friends. Right from Nick. DYODD.
I can't count. It's 5 letters.
It's DYOD. Yeah, it's 5 letters. So again, thank you so much. Thanks for staying to the end of the video, and we'll see you next week. Say goodbye, Nick.
Goodbye, guys.